How's it going, Internet? Welcome to the Good Gamer Podcast, Episode 1, the debut episode. I am your host, Luke Frazier, here today with no one. No one, that's right. Riding solo for Episode 1. That probably won't always be the case, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. First of all, I just kind of want to let you know what I'm trying for here. I've been in a really podcasty mood lately, really into listening a bunch, and I thought, you know what, let's throw one up myself. That sounds like a lot of fun. So hopefully you think it's a lot of fun too. I plan on doing like a weekly podcast about video gaming news. That's it. It's not going to be by any means like an end-all to all the gaming news in the world. I'm not going to cover absolutely everything. Hopefully I'm going to focus, more on like the big stories, and this isn't just going to be like hitting you in the face with facts or anything. This is hopefully I can add some somewhat knowledgeable and intelligent discussion to this, and hopefully spark some intelligent discussions from you guys in the comments or whatever, and hopefully we can get something serious going. Yeah, just this is really rough. I apologize for that. I just had this idea like yesterday, literally, and I'm seriously recording with my roommate's Wii USB microphone plugged into my laptop with Audacity. So yeah, this is super rough. This is all I have right now to do this with. Hopefully the sound quality isn't so bad that it detracts from all the fun that you could be having. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm throwing this up on YouTube because that's what I know best. You guys might have been led here by me, myself. My YouTube channel, the Mr. Phrase, I've thrown some stuff up there for a couple years, and I thought, you know what, let's try this podcast. But I'm talking too much. Let's go to this. If you don't know who I am, or even if you kind of do, but whatever, I am Luke Frazier, like I said, and I follow the industry religiously. It's probably not healthy how much I follow this industry, but I do. It's like my greatest passion. It's crazy. Like I know I'm like an environmental science major, and I have way more of a passion for learning about the stuff in the video game world than that. I mean, I'm constantly reading Twitter and emails and looking at apps and listening to podcasts and all that sort of thing from all the big boys. But the thing is, I do hope to bring other people in later on. Hopefully my roommate Brandon wants to be a part of this too, because while I don't have any friends really that follow the industry like I do, there's a little caveat, and that's that I don't really play games that often, and that might come off as a little weird. But yeah, I'm way more into the industry and everything, and I'm reading up on all the news that comes out and all the latest stories and all the latest headlines and the reviews of games that are coming out and the big hitters that are coming up and everything. But I don't really play that often. I got systems and stuff, but I just don't really get around to it that often. But my roommate Brandon, I think he would give us some good input here. He does game. While he doesn't follow the industry, he does game, and so I think he could, as like kind of like the common consumer, right? Like the general gamer, he could give us some good input and good advice from just like a different perspective. But we don't have him today. You just got me, so hopefully you're not sick and tired of listening already after 3.5 minutes. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like I said, this is really rough. If anybody has any ideas to make this better, I would like an intro, some cool music. If anybody wants to throw something together, I could promote your channel or throw you a couple bucks on PayPal or something. I don't know. And yeah, if you want to make me like some intro music, that'd be sweet. I'd like a logo. I don't know how to do any of this. I should probably just ask my friends, but you guys are hopefully listening. Yeah, like I just said, it's on YouTube for now. I know most you probably prefer to get your podcasts, if you listen to podcasts, on iTunes, which I do. It's simple, it's awesome. But apparently, I was looking into that, and that's kind of a rough deal. That's kind of a tough deal. So I'll be looking into doing that. But looks like you got to do quite a bit of stuff, and so hopefully I can do that in the future. But for now, you're just gonna get them through YouTube, and yeah, so subscribe, tell your friends. But let's get into the meat of this, right? Like I said, I'm just going to be doing the big stories. And for now, since I had to go through this intro stuff, we're just going to hit one. And that's the biggest story to hit us lately. It's kind of been like a lull week, but the biggest thing lately has been the 3DS. That's right, the 3DS. Hopefully, if you listen to this, you're interested in the video games, you know what that's all about. But let me give you a little background. The 3DS is that the successor to the DS line. That's the original DS, the Lite, the the iXL, a million kinds of DSs they had. And then they came out with the 3DS. Hit us a couple Sundays ago. March 27th in North America here. Other dates elsewhere in the world. It was $249.99, which is pretty hefty for a handheld, considering that you can get some consoles cheaper than that. And it's the biggest thing, of course, in the name. It's 3D. Like that's the huge thing. That's what I've had everybody freaking out about it at E3. And you're saying, Luke, I don't know anything about video games. What's the big deal about 3D? You know, we saw Avatar. That wasn't a big deal. You know, Sony's got their 3D TVs. No, baby, this is crazy because you don't need glasses. Whoa, just blew your mind. No glasses. But you know, you guys obviously already know this. So it sounds like Nintendo's having a good time with this. They're enjoying the 3DS so far. It said they quoted it's had record first day sales. So that's better than any of the iterations of the DS for the first day sales. And those things sold like hotcakes and killed the PSP to the ground. But they haven't released any numbers, so we can't really check out exactly what those numbers are. But record first day sales. I mean, that's a big thing. This thing is making money. But now I just want to before I really get into this, I just want to say that I have not seen a 3DS in my life. I've not played one. I have not seen one. I've just followed a lot of industry talk from people that have played one. So this is secondhand information, but hopefully I know enough to give you something a little intelligible. I mean, I am just another broke college kid, so I have to rely on others' impressions, unfortunately. Let me just let you know what I've been hearing. The good stuff. It's 3D, of course. I mean, that's gonna freak anybody out. Even if you don't want that 3D, there's the cool slider on the side, which people are loving. The 3D slider, which you can actually switch how deep you want the 3D effect to happen. If you can even have it run in 2D, and games actually run at a better frame rate if you have it in 2D. So if 3D is not your thing, you can still run in 2D, and that slider's great. And it's sweet. It takes like 3D pictures, which is cool to have like a 3D camera. And later they're even going to add 3D video. It's going to come through like a firmware update or whatever. And even Netflix is going to be on there. They're going to be able to show you like 3D, stuff, videos on through Netflix streaming. And that's a really cool thing. I mean, no other handheld does that to my knowledge. It's a super well-made thing. I mean, like all the DSs, Nintendo's always been really good at making like good sturdy handhelds, good sturdy consoles, and everything like that. So that's great. It's bundled with a lot of goods. It's bundled with way more goods than the original DS. I mean, the original DS you could Pictochat, and that was about it, and that got old in like 1 second. But this guy's bundled with some goods. You got the AR cards, which is actually what is seems like people are really like getting impressed by these, even more than like the original game lineup, which I'll talk about in a second. But there are these cards, right? Just kind of look like a playing card or whatever, and you throw them down like on the table, but when they're viewed through your 3DS, it's like a 3D image like comes out of it. So you might like throw this card down, but when you view it through the 3D camera of your 3DS, it looks like there's like a dragon coming out of this table and stuff. And right, that's pretty sweet. I mean, I think that's pretty sweet. I don't know. That just sounds like a really cool thing. But yeah, so it's bundled with these cool goods. It's got apparently a better interface, more like the Wii's interface, but better. Apparently, it's got like a better Mi Plaza and all that stuff. It's bundled with the internet browser, which I don't think is up yet. But it's not up yet. But it's good. But they're gonna implement an internet browser, so you won't have to like buy that separate game like you had to for the DS and find Wi-Fi or whatever. And then it's also got this cool thing, Street Pass, which is even if you don't have a game loaded or whatever, just if you have save data. For instance, I'm going to use Super Street Fighter 4. So if like, let's say you've played the game and you've got your DS in your pocket, even if your DS isn't on, your 3DS, and you walk by someone, right, that's also played this game, your dudes are gonna like fight, have a like a little mini fight as you walk by each other, So there's just like cool interactions that happen. Neither DS has to be on, even in sleep mode, as far as I can recall. A game doesn't have to be in it, and they just like interact as you walk by someone, and I just think that's really cool too. I mean, how many people are actually gonna be walking around like with 3DSs in their pockets and walk in close enough proximity to each other for this to actually happen? I don't know. It's probably going to be way cooler at like actual video game conventions when everybody there like has one of these. Who knows? But that's just, it's cool stuff that Nintendo's doing. But now on to the bad, which is, usually when a Nintendo console comes out, portable or otherwise, you don't usually talk about the bad too often. Nintendo's usually, comes out with a big punch. But this time I'm thinking they're kind of slacking. I'm going to say they're kind of slacking. First of all, the battery sucks. That's the biggest complaint everyone's having so far. The battery is awful. The battery is I've heard 2 to 4 hours, and mostly on the low end. And if you have the 3D up and everything, it's even worse. So, it depends, but that sucks. And I mean, there's kind of Nyko's apparently already made a help system for that. You can buy a Nyko battery that lasts longer, but still, you're already paying $250 for this thing, and then you have to buy more. That sucks. And that's even more thing. The price is it seems a little pricey. I mean, it's cool hardware. It's and stuff. I think somebody took it apart. I don't remember. Somebody took it apart though, and the parts were only $100. So they're making some money on this bad boy right from the get-go. But yeah, still, you can buy a Wii for this. You can buy an Xbox for this, right? You can buy an Xbox and a used copy of Call of Duty and be playing that for the same price as this. And I think that's kind of shocking. That's kind of shocking. So yeah, there's those two things. The 3D is actually giving some people headaches. Some people can't even see the 3D. And another big thing that seems even worse than that. I mean, those people, like I said, you can just put it in 2D. But the people that really want to see the 3D, there's a sweet spot, right? There's this cone of sweet spot that you have to look at this in. And if you're not in that sweet spot, you can't see 3D, which kind of sucks for a handheld thing where you got to be moving. You're moving all the time. And so, you move a little bit, you get out of the sweet spot, your image is blurred, and that sucks. Which Nintendo has actually released statements lately that have said things like this. They're not going to rely on the 3D because they want to have their software released to the greatest amount of people that is possible. And, if some people can't see a 3D, they're just not, they're not going to focus on games that rely on the 3D. So they're ignoring the biggest draw to this system. They're ignoring the 3D. As far as something that's actually going to be integrated into the games and isn't just a cheap gimmick. And I think that is just the biggest blasphemy of this system is that, Nintendo's putting out this system with their biggest gimmick, or not gimmick, but innovation, like the Wii. You know what sold the Wii? It was motion controls. You know what's going to sell this? The 3D. But if the 3D is just there as a novelty, I don't know. Maybe you don't agree with me here that that novelties are just novelties and just gimmicks. But I mean, come on. If you're not going to actually implement this into gameplay, I think that kind of sucks. And then also at the same time, there's no killer apps that came out. All the games just kind of got ho-hum average reviews. There's no Zelda. That's what everybody wanted this for, is for Zelda Ocarina of Time, and there is no Zelda at all. You can't wait a little bit and just have a Zelda. Come on. Wait till June. Push it back for 3 months. This is the gaming industry. Everything is delayed all the time. Nobody cares. People are still going to buy Duke Nukem when it comes out. That game's been delayed for 2 decades or whatever. So just I think Nintendo just kind of rushed this a little bit. And speaking of rushing things, I'm going to have to start rushing now because I see that I have 2 minutes left to fit into YouTube's 15 minutes. So I'm sorry I didn't really get to go into too deep of a discussion right now. But like I said, that intro kind of took up a lot of it. Please leave me some feedback, what you like, what you didn't like, any suggestions, any feedback you have at all. Let me know. Spread the word. Tell your friends if you kind of like this, if you kind of want to jump on something like this, help a brother out on just his little podcast thing that he's trying to start. Tell me what you want me to talk about even. Send me some emails. I'll show you the email address. We got the goodgamerpodcast@gmail.com. Send me some emails. Tell me what you want me to talk about if there's some cool news coming up. Send me some questions. Anything you have, you want my opinions on anything in the video game industry. Like I said, I follow it like crazy, so there might be some things that I know that you don't know. Yeah, I'd love to have a little message box section on the upcoming podcasts. Like I said, I'll try to get some more people out here. I'm sure it'll be more fun, and instead of having some back and forth instead of just listening to my voice the whole entire time. So that'll be cool. I'll bring out some more people. I'll be up. I'll hopefully throw another one up this weekend, talking about whatever news comes up this week to talk about. And so yeah, if there's any cool intros you want to throw together, any cool music things, any logos or anything, that'd be great. I'd be so much obliged if you do this. And yeah, that's it. That's the Good Gamer Podcast episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this is something you guys could actually stick with and spread the word once again. So that's Good Gamer Podcast episode 1. I'm Luke Frazier. GG guys. GG.